Hi students, welcome back to our English class. Today we are moving to the third unit, Law of Values. Law means knowledge. Students, see the picture? What are the things you identified? Yes, a dried plant and a lady planted a new one. Okay, what do you understand from this? Yes, we should save something for future by planting a new one. The lady tried to keep plants for the future generation. We have to take initiatives to do good and valuable things that never ever ends. This unit aims at creating a generation with morals and morality. Values help us to lead a successful life with social commitment. A value based life molds a society that is prosperous and cultured. So, this unit deals with different values we must cherish throughout our lives for making our world a better place to live in. This unit consists of three literary pieces of a short story, a poem, and the transcript of a speech. In a way, all the pieces are thematically interlinked. The anecdote, The Best Investment I Ever Made by A.J. Cronin, narrates an interesting episode in the life of the narrator. It highlights the fact that the word investment gives different ideas to different people. Here, the best investment is the people, and the gain of the investment is priceless. The Ballad of Father Gilligan by W.B. Yeats elaborates an affirmation of a loving, kind God who showers his benevolence on all his creations. The speech given for extended reading, The Danger of a Single Story by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, deals with the danger of single story that creates stereotypes. Now we move to the first lesson from this unit, The Best Investment I Ever Made. Before that, see this cartoon? What are the horses doing? Can you see? At the beginning, the two horses which are tied with the same rein sport food are two opposite sides. Both of them try to consume the food, one from one side and the other from the opposite side. But they do not succeed. After some time, they begin to think why their attempt is failure. Then an idea strikes them. Both of them stayed together on one side and they could get good food easily. Thus, with their united attempt, they could solve their problems easily. Likewise, whenever we have differences in opinion about a problem, we should have a discussion with our friends or elders to get an easy solution. So, in the story of the horses, you have seen that choices and decisions that we make will have an impact on our life and others. So, read the story The Best Investment I Ever Made by A.J. Cronin and find out how the author's act of kindness transformed a man's life. Let's see the profile of A.J. Cronin, Archibald Joseph Cronin. He was born on 19th July 1986 in Cardross, Scotland. His father, Patrick Cronin, and mother, Jessie Cronin, who was the first woman public health inspector in Glasgow. He was a Scottish novelist and a physician. His career as a novelist started in 1930 when he was designated with a chronic ulcer and was compelled to take 6 months complete rest. During this time, he was able to indulge in his lifelong desire to write a novel, having previously written nothing but prescriptions and scientific papers. His first novel was Hayter's Castle, and the most popular being The Citadel. Many of his stories have been adapted to Hollywood movies. The other works are The Stars Look Down, The Keys of the Kingdom, Dr. Finlay's Casebook, Country Doctor, the green years, etc. He died on January 6, 1981 in Switzerland. Now we move to the story The Best Investment I Ever Made. The story narrates a truly experience from the author's early life as a doctor in London. He told us how a tiny, timely help creates wonders in life of people. The word investment gives different ideas to different people, but it is generally associated with money and return gained in terms of money. The story gives us the idea that investment is not merely in terms of money, it can also indicate the values that we imbibe in our lives that would remain the best investment forever. It was on the second day of the narrator's voyage he noticed that one of the passengers was watching him closely. As he was not interested in a conversation with him at that time, he ignored the passenger. The following afternoon, the narrator saw him again. Urged by his wife, the fellow voyager approached the narrator. They were Mr. and Mrs. John, but he couldn't reveal the identity of the fellow voyagers. Mr. John told the narrator that he was a solicitor by profession and was the director of the charitable organization devoted to the rehabilitation of derelict adolescents. They had been on their first visit to America to visit similar institutions in New England. Curiously, the narrator inquired why he was attracted to social work. As a reply to it, he opens his mind. He reminded the narrator that he was none other than the young man whose life the doctor had saved. He was an orphan, worked as a clerk in a London solicitor's office. As he was friendless, he joined in the company of bad people and lost all his savings betting on horses. He took some money from the office safe for final gamble. But his last resort had failed. Terrified of the prosecution that must follow, he tried to commit suicide. But the timely intervention of the doctor, landlady, and the surgeon saved him. The doctor came forward with his minor contribution of £7 and 10 shillings to put back the money in the office safe. The surgeon promised to make no report to the case. The landlady offered him a month's free board. Recollecting those incidents, the narrator felt that it was the finest act he had ever done, or it was the best investment he had ever made. So students, read the textbook thoroughly. See you in the next class. Thank you.